Hello, everybody. We're back. So, we had a little technical difficulty for those that was viewing and watching just a couple of minutes ago. Today is Sunday, June 21st. And happy Father's Day to everybody. Happy Father's Day to all the good dads, the bros. God bless you all very much. And today is your day. Myself, I am Bad Girl, the Prez and founder of Unruly SC, and I'm repping the Set magazine, CT, that stands for Cars, Trucks, and Social Clubs. So shout out to Miss Ninja for her 4 p.m. interview today she conducted with No Hard Feelings, PRO, Brooklyn, out of Queens, New York. So y'all can recap that on our page, thesetmagazine.com. Before I start my interview today with my special guest, I just want to shout out a couple of good dudes, two preferably. Rouse from Crooked Fellas, AC in the Bronx. Shout out to his 2920 clothing line. He got some summer slides, t-shirts, and more. So y'all should check that out. That's pretty dope. Hi, Candy from Hood Riders. Well, Hood Jules, SC. Let me correct that. So shout out to Candy. Let's see who else I got. We got a Ruby in the building. A Ruby. Shout out to Real Right Rubies. Shout out to Beautiful Disasters SC Westchester Danny girl. Thank you all for joining and for the next guy that I was supposed to shout out, because when the ladies is in the building, I tend to forget, but we ain't gonna go there. Shout out to Savage Joker from East New York Finest AC. I see you had a great Friday. You had a lot of SCs visiting your clubhouse. You're a real good supporter to the community, so keep that up, bro. And hopefully I'll see you soon. And again, June is Pride Month. So shout out to all my True Pride repping family on the set. So that when I say true pride, I mean people that are really what they are and love who they are, and they're not ashamed of who they are. If you are a lesbian, you're a lesbian. If you're bi, you're bi. If you're gay, you're gay. And if you are trans, you trans, and you love it, and you don't give a fuck what anybody gotta say. Okay, sis, I see. I'm about to add you in right now. Okay. Okay, it says you sent the request. The screen is not splitting. Oh, okay, you're connected.
Girl,
I hear you, but I don't see your picture.
and I don't know why. I'm
It
right
says
here.
connecting. It says connecting, but I don't see you.
Okay. You told me to turn the Wi-Fi off.
Try turning your Wi-Fi off. Yeah, try turning your Wi-Fi off. Hi, Kimmy. Hi, Chief. Hold on, y'all. So again, for those that fuck with the Set Magazine, please visit thesetmagazine.com, and we got some pretty cool T-shirts and a lot of other things that going on. I'm gonna send it to you, sis, and try to accept it. Okay, so I sent it to you again. This better happen. Not today. Satan, not today. Not today, Satan. Not today. Not today. This better happen. So it says it's waiting for you, Prez Brooklyn Diva. So on my end, it says waiting for you to connect. Maybe she needs her Wi-Fi. Yes, happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to you, boo. Hey, Icy. What's up, Icy? Okay. I'm getting nervous now. I've been waiting to do this interview for a very long time. Okay, so I'm going to cancel this. Okay, Brooklyn Diva. I don't know why it's not letting you join the live. It's telling me that I got one request, but I'm not seeing the request. That's crazy. Mm. What's good, Icy? I'm trying to connect.
You see me now?
Ah! There we go.
But I can't hear you.
Oh no, you can't hear me.
Go ahead, talk. I can see you, but I can't hear you. I don't know if you can hear me.
Try putting your headset in. Hold on.
Talk. I can't hear you. I don't hear nothing.
That's crazy. I can hear
Yeah, now
you.
I hear you. Now
You
I
hear
can
me
hear
now?
you. Yes.
Oh my God, sis, don't move. Don't move. Stay right there. Stay right there, sis. Okay, now she frozen. Sis.
It says put headset in. Is that
No,
what it's
I was
telling
telling you to put your headset
me?
in
Oh,
because I
okay.
got scared. I'm like, we gotta have this interview.
I'm so sorry. Please, apologies.
It's all good. As you can see, the people waited for you. And that's what I love about our community. That's what I really love. I love true supporters. They stayed on, we logged off, we came back in, and they came right back in with us. So we good. We good.
You good?
I'm good, sis. All right, so do the people a favor, just introduce yourself.
I gotta turn everything off because I'm not hearing nothing.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, so just do us a solid. Just introduce yourself right quick.
Hi, everybody. I'm Brooklyn Diva, the Prez of Ladies in Charge Social Club.
Okay, so when did your club start?
20. What is their date? I joined in 2008. I believe the club started in 2018.
The club started in 2018?
August of 2018.
August of 2018. The club started in August 2018. You sure?
Give me a minute. Look, forgive me. I'm kind of nervous.
Don't be nervous, sis. Don't be nervous.
I'm gonna do something. Give me 1 second, please.
Because I'm like 2018, sis. That was
No,
like
that
what,
ain't right.
3 years
You know
ago?
that ain't right. You know that ain't
Yeah,
right.
that
I
ain't
know it
right,
ain't right.
sis.
Give me 1 second.
I got you. Because I'm like, she's making a phone call on live, y'all.
I'm sorry. I gotta call my other president.
Okay, I already know this shit about to be lit.
Come on, Tim, to answer the phone.
This shit about to be lit, y'all. She pulled out her phone. Like, let me make a real quick phone call already, because sis,
And she not answering my
you're one of the
phone.
first to ever do it. Your
Okay.
club is one of the first to ever do it. So 2018 is
It's
not
not
a fact,
2018.
sis.
That's
That's
not it.
not a
That's
fact.
not it. That's not it.
You
Oh,
sure it ain't 08?
that's it, baby. That's it. It's
Okay,
August of
so
2000. It's August. I believe it's August 13th of 2008.
August 13th of 2008. Yeah,
Yes.
more 08 than 18, sis. I don't know where you get that 18
Shut
from.
up. Forgive me, please. Look at
I'm
this. Somebody
fucking
help me
weak.
call a lifeline. That's not right.
That ain't right, sis. That's a fact. I was like, wait a minute. I know they looking like this shit. What?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please.
Because I'm like, I done bragged. I'm like, I'm about to interview one of the first to ever do it. You know what
Yes.
I
Yes.
mean? In 2018, I think I
But I
came
just
out in
took it over.
2018.
I didn't start it.
I'm about to say that's my goddamn established day.
But I just took it over. I didn't start it, and that's Icy. Don't be cute, Icy.
Okay. Oh, Reed. That's right, sis. Reed. That's right. Okay, so What was the inspiration and the motivation behind your club?
Well, the woman who started it, her name is Heartbreaker. Okay, she came out of him. Oh, now she wants to call me back. Hello. Can you give me the original date that the club started?
I'm fucking weak.
Sis, can you give me the original date that the club started?
Yo.
This is Brooklyn Diva, mama.
BK.
Yes, the original
BK.
date.
BK all day.
It's in 2008, though, right? I know that. Mama. Yes. Okay.
My glasses was
All right.
crooked last time, y'all. And y'all ain't tell me nothing.
Nothing. I'm doing an interview, but I couldn't remember the original date. Okay, baby. Yeah, that's right.
So it's '08.
Yes.
I knew it. I knew it because I did my homework.
I'm
Okay, so
old. I'm sorry. I'm old. Look, I joined it. I didn't start it. I didn't join till 2008.
okay, first
Heartbreaker
of
started
all,
it.
black don't crack. Okay, you are not old and you are very beautiful, and I love your hair. Okay, you rocking
Thank
that hair.
you.
Okay, hold it
Thank
down.
you.
You're welcome. So, do y'all have different divisions?
No, we are only the social club.
Okay, so this is the big question right here. So I heard it through the community that your club is the first or one of the first social clubs to be recognized in the MC world. So tell us about that.
I can only tell you what Heartbreaker taught me. Um, she had a big personality, and she was one of the first ones. But she came out of Imperial Bikers.
Okay, so she
When
was
she,
a
yeah,
member of
before she,
Imperial
yes,
Bikers.
hmm
Shout out
before
to
she
Imperial
started,
Bikers.
Ladies in Charge, she and Tinda Brenda were in Imperial Bikers, and she decided to start her own team, and that's when she started Ladies in Charge. So I gather from her being a part of the MC world, they embraced her, and when she started her social club, she was welcome.
Oh, okay. So tell me, who is Tinder Brenda?
Tinda Brenda, she was Heartbreaker's right hand. She was the she was the PRO, as a matter of fact, when I started. And um they were together, they came out of Imperials together. So I guess you would consider her as a founder too of the
So
Ladies in
both
Charge.
so both Tinder Brenda and Heartbreakers are the founders of Ladies in Charge SC.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I'm very interested to know. Tell us more. Who is Heartbreaker? Tell
Hmm.
us about Heartbreaker. What did she do? What was her impact in the community?
um Heartbreaker, she was a legend in her own self. She gave back to the community. She gave a back to school drive every year. Um, if you needed her to do anything, she was always there. She brought out several social clubs. She brought out La Bella Mafia.
Shout out to La Bella Mafia SC.
She brought out P Unit.
Shout out to P Unit.
Yes. And I believe she brought out Ladies with Hearts, SC.
Ladies with Hearts SC. Shout out to
Yeah.
Ladies with Hearts SC. Okay.
But
All
she
right.
was
So
there. She helped a lot of others. If you needed her input or if you needed her advice, she was always there.
right, and I heard a lot about her. I heard that just a couple of years ago there was a few SCs that actually gave out awards named after her. I think Presidential Ladies. Shout out to Carmel.
Yes, yes,
Shout
they
out to
did.
Presidential Ladies. They
Hmm.
definitely had a award named after her that they gave out, and the reason for that is because they wanted to give her the recognition of being one of the first women, one of the, her club
Yes.
being the first SE to
She's
be
been honored by quite a few.
right.
Her
That's just one
son
of them
is
that I
Champ.
know. And who?
Her son is Champ, the photographer. That's her
Champ is
son.
her son.
Yes, he is. That is her
Oh
son.
shit. So that explains it. I mean, one time, well, not one time, at my meet and greet, at Unruly's SC meet and greet that we had out in Queens with DTN, Auto Club, MC, and SC, the pros, he came up to the table and he gave us a Q&A. And he said, who was one of the first social clubs to ever be recognized by the MC world, which is where I got this question from. So shout out to Chim. Didn't know that he was asking that because that's his mom.
Yes, that is his son.
Wow.
That is her son.
All right. All right. So okay. So he lived through his mom legacy basically. Like,
Yes.
that's his ties to the
Yes.
community as far as circuit, the set.
Yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So what was her impact with the MC? What made the MC say, you know what? I like this woman. I fucks with her. Let's get the SCs out here. What did she do? What was it?
I can only go by what I was told, darling. As I said, I joined in 2008. But from what I was told, she just was a legacy. She just moved. Whatever she put in her mind, whatever she wanted done, she made it happen.
Did she ride
I don't believe so. I've
with
seen
Tinder
her on the
Brenda?
back of a bike, but to actually see her ride a bike, I don't believe so.
Okay, I gotta say this real quick before my next question. I love the names. I love Heartbreaker. That's a dope name, and I definitely love the name Tinder Brenda. Like that's just in my head right now. Like that's a fly ass name,
Those were my
Tinder
queens.
Brenda.
Those were
So
my
why
queens.
they called her Heartbreaker? Do you know?
Me myself personally, I think it's because she tend to break a lot of hearts.
Ooh. Everybody
She was
want what
very
they can't
she was
have.
very
Oh
well
my God,
loved.
I'm shut
She
down.
was she was very loved. Anyone that when you speak her name, it rings bells.
It
She
does.
was very well loved
It does. Her
by
name definitely ring
the
bells.
men in the circuit, by the women in the circuit. She was loved.
Yeah, that's definitely a fact. That's a fact. I know that. That's a fact. So for the new and old clubs that isn't aware of the importance and the meaning of this knowledge, what can you tell them?
Um, you need to know where you started before you can go further. And you need to know what it was all about back then and how it became, you know. And like I said, I joined in 2008 and I only know what she taught me. But there was one thing that she always instilled in my head, and it was one of the first things she always told me. You cannot be a social club if you are not social, which means you are supposed to smile. You are supposed to greet. You are supposed to embrace. That is the social club way.
Right.
And you cannot call yourself a social club if you are not a social person.
I heard that. I heard that, and it's all facts. How does it feel being the president of a club that is so it's so important? How does it feel being the president of a club that's just so important?
It means a lot to me because when I lost her, I made a promise to her that I would fly her colors until the day I die. And I don't go out a lot, but I do. And if I'm summoned, if I'm sent for to do any type of community service or to assist, I'm there. And I will always wear her colors. That was my promise to her. I'm proud. As you can see, I'm very proud.
Yes, it's tatted. That's a fact. That's a fact. Wow. Wow. That's that's a lot, and that's loyalty too. That's definitely loyalty. Like, you still holding it down, and you're doing a great job. Because I heard a lot of good things about you too, Brooklyn Diva. I heard a
Thank
lot of good
you.
things about you. Once I put the flyer out that I was interviewing you, it caught the eyes of a lot of people. I just want to let you know that, like, a lot of people was like, "Wow, BG, you are about to interview someone who is extremely important. You are about to interview someone that is holding the title of a club that did a lot, a club that, the MCs would never forget. Because, this is their world, and, it's always a good thing to be accepted as a social club within it. And y'all did that for us. So, I honor your club. I honor Heartbreaker. I
Thank
honor
you.
Tender Brenda.
Yes.
I love that name. I honor it all. So, just really quick, I hope that I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing as, one of the newest social clubs out here. I've been out for a couple of years, but I do consider myself to still be fairly new. And
Hmm.
yeah, I do my homework. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just very happy to be interviewing you. So I hope a lot of the viewers that are watching, because I see some new clubs that are joining us. I see a lot of new presidents that's joining us. I hope that y'all take this interview and, use it for as much knowledge as you can.
As I
So
said, I don't really go out a lot, but I do show up at different places. But if you really want to see me when Imperials opens back up, you'll find me there. But my phone number is always listed. If anybody has having something and they would like for me to come and assist, come and help, I have no problem. I give back the best way that I can. Um, I help Church Lady with the things that she does. I have no problem being there to assist those that are trying to better the community.
I'm going to hit you up.
Okay.
No, soon outside is fully open. I'm going to hit you up.
No
Because,
problem. Ubers run. I don't drive, but Ubers run all day, every day, baby. I'll
and
make it
that's a
there.
fact, because my account is popping. They get a lot of money from me. You heard
I'll
me?
make it there.
So, how did you ladies come up with the name Ladies in Charge? As far as what you know, as far as what you can give me.
I have that was Heartbreaker's name. That she came up with it. I guess because of the way that she carried herself, she was always a lady in charge.
I was about to say that's very dominant, and I love when females are dominant. Like, the name itself speaks so many values. Like, just to be one of the first social clubs to ever do it and have that name, Ladies in Charge. Like, we are women and we running the show. We doing what we do and we in charge. So we the
Yep,
boss. Move over. We here.
that's right. And I think that's what it
Okay.
was
All
for
right.
her.
See, I follow. I
And I
follow.
think that's what it was for her. She wanted them to know that we are here. She is here, and she is a lady in charge.
That's a fact. I mean, I follow that. I follow that law. I follow that law, sis. So when the club first started, or you could speak from your perspective when you became president, how do you handle prospecting for
When
your
we
club?
well, I haven't prospected in a minute. So,
Not you prospecting, as
but when
far as
I was
how this.
prospecting,
Yeah, if someone
um,
wanted to join your club, how would you handle the prospecting stage?
here you go. uh, um, hmm, well, hmm, that's a really good question. No one's really asked to join, but I don't know. I guess when I joined, they asked me why I wanted to be one, and my answer to them was my mom used to be a part of the circuit, and I never got to really do anything in the circuit with her or do any community service with her before I lost her. So my 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 man charge to her was I lost her in 2007. I joined Ladies in Charge a year later. That is on her anniversary a year later is when I joined Ladies in Charge. I wanted
Wow.
to be able to give back and do things in the community that she used to do. So I guess my thing would be, are you ready to help and assist in giving back to the community with children, with homeless people, with elder people, whatever is required of us? We are there.
So, just for a better understanding, was there any ties to Ladies in Charge that you had that made you want to join that particular club?
Tender Brenda.
Tender Brenda and Tender
She was
Brenda.
my mother's best friend.
There we go. Okay. Okay. So Tender Brenda was your mom best friend, and my condolences to your mom. So that was the ties that made you want
Yeah.
to join Ladies in Charge. So
Yeah. She was one of my mother's best friends. So when I decided that I wanted to try and walk in her footsteps and give back to the community, I saw Tenda one day at a party and I asked her about it. And she explained to me what it was and what they did. And I was like, I would like to join. And she said, okay. And on my mother's 1 year anniversary, I joined.
So, what was it that you did for Ladies in Charge that made them say, I want you to keep this going? I want you to be president.
Well, when Tenda decided that she didn't want to, she was backing off from the circuit world. She said, when you started, from the time that you started, you've been the face of us. Okay. I was everywhere. I actually became the PRO. Okay.
That's
So
crazy because I was a PRO first too. I was a
there was
PRO
not a
first.
party. There was
Right.
not a party that I wasn't at.
Heard.
And I made sure that if they hadn't, if at that time Heartbreaker was sick. And I was basically the face of Ladies in Charge. So whenever they would say to me, oh, well, where's the rest of the team? I said, I would look around me and I would be like, here I go. They're doing something, but I'm here. As long as I'm here, Ladies in Charge is always in the building.
That's a fact. I know that's right.
And I was
Y'all heard
always
that?
in the
I hope
building.
everybody heard that.
I was always in the building.
So even when you was alone, you still was repping for everybody that was Ladies in
Yep,
Charge.
everybody.
Right. So if you attended an event alone, you didn't feel like you was alone. You felt
No,
like
I was never alone.
I hear that. I hear that. A lot of people they struggle with that. Like they be wondering if they can go out alone. Would people view them as just being themselves, or would people still view them as far as like this is someone from such and such club? So I'm glad you made that completely
Oh,
clear.
I am embraced everywhere. Just like they embrace me, I embrace them. As I said, if I can attend, I am there. And if I get a special invite, we'll say, Diva, we having something, please come. I make it my business to be there. Because
That's
that's
what's
what
up.
Ladies in Charge do.
Right. So what are the rules when someone leaves your club? Even if it never happened, just tell me, what would you do? If someone leaves your club and wants to come back, would they have to prospect again?
I've never had anybody leave and want to come back. But I've never had anybody leave. But I guess I depend upon the reason that they left. I guess for me,
Okay.
it would depend upon the reason that they left. If if it happened on bad terms, I don't even know if I'd let you back.
Right.
But if it
Right.
was, if it was something happened and you needed to take a leave of absence or whatever, I would embrace them back. Yes.
Okay. So, what was the most challenging time with your team, and how did you get through it?
For me, when I lost Heartbreaker. When I lost Heartbreaker. Um, when I lost her, it was like I lost a piece of me
Yeah.
because for me, she was just always bigger than life. I called her my queen. So when I lost my queen, it's like I kind of lost a piece of me. But I made sure that I picked myself up. I promised that her name and her team and her legacy would go on. And I'm doing the best I can.
So we got some new viewers that just came in. Real brief, just really, really brief again. Just explain to everybody who Heartbreaker is just one more time for us, because it's really important to know.
Heartbreaker was the president and founder of the Ladies in Charge Social Club. She was the first social club to ever be recognized and allowed into a MC club, embraced into a MC club.
There we go, everyone. For those that missed the meaning before, thank you, Prez Diva, for elaborating that again. So just a few more questions. Tell us more about you. What are some of the things that you like to do?
Um, hmm. I'm a homebody. I basically come out when I'm sent for. Okay. Um, the most places since I'm more of consider myself a old school. Um, you'll find me at Imperial Bikers MC. You'll find me there. I try to make it to the Bronx every chance that I can if I can get there.
Right.
Um, one of the other clubhouses that I used to frequent was Transit Wheelers. That's another old one, but they don't have a clubhouse anymore. But as I said, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, and when my presence is requested, I'm there.
So what do you think should be a rule for someone who is starting a new club?
What do I think should be a rule? Hmm.
For someone who is starting a new club.
Well, when you start in a new club, you're really supposed to have someone of a senior that is in the circuit world bring you out.
Let's get to it.
You can't just walk out on your own.
Let's get to it.
Okay. You can't just show up at a party with some vests on
Let's get
and
to it.
think that it's okay. That's not how it's done. You have to be brought out by someone who is a vet in the circuit. You can't just walk on the scene and think that you're going to be embraced, because you're not.
What would you consider a vet for someone who will be able to bring a club out? Like, how many years would you consider a vet?
I guess maybe I think 8 or 10.
8 to 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's best for, if someone wants to start a new club, it's best that they get together with someone who's willing to bring them out, that has been on the set for at least 8 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Got
And
it.
it doesn't always have to be a social club that brings you another social club that brings you out. Because there
So
are
wait, so a social club could bring a social club out?
I believe one of the older ones, yes, the older one can, because Heartbreaker brought out, as I told you, Heartbreaker brought out La Bella Mafia.
You did. Shout out to La Bella Mafia.
She brought out P Unit. She
You
brought
did say that. Again,
she
shout
brought
to
out
being
several
it.
teams. She brought
Right.
out several teams.
For those that don't know who these teams are basically clubs that's been doing it for a while. You know, because I know one thing I know about you, you do stay in tune, because I had you on Facebook for a very long time, and that just lets me know that even though you don't come out, you are keeping up with what's going on in the, the circuit community. You do keep
Yes,
you keep up. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
You've been out. You've been doing this for a long time. You may not come out, but you do keep up with what's going on in the community. Because when Steph was talking to you on the phone, I'm like, wait a minute. Remember, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not on Facebook. Now, we
yep,
don't even really communicate like that on Facebook, but that just lets me know that I have people that's been doing it for a long time watching me, so I got to do it right.
yes, right. And you are doing it very well.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Real quick, shout out to Head Honcho and shout out to Beast Mode Shada. He's from Triple XMC. So shout out to them. They just joined the live. We are interviewing Prez Brooklyn Diva from Ladies in Charge SC, Brooklyn, New York. Her club is one of the first clubs to ever be recognized by the MC world. So again, and I can't express this enough. This interview means a whole lot to a lot of people. So my next question to you, Prez, is if you could name one negative thing in the circuit, what would it be?
The pettiness.
Mm,
The
mm,
pettiness.
mm.
That's one of the reasons why I pick and choose where I go.
Okay, that's understandable.
Because I don't have time for the pettiness. As I said, I'm grown. I'm old. I'm sexy, but I'm old. And
That's
I
right.
don't have time to be ducking and dodging and trying to get out of the way of a fight that started over pettiness.
Right, right,
Where
right.
people wanna roll their eyes and cut their eyes at other people or over a man.
Right,
Okay.
right.
I don't have time for that. I can't be jumping, I can't be ducking and dodging and flying on the ground.
I agree with you.
So that's what that for me would be it.
And
If
most importantly, when it comes,
we are a family, and we are supposed to be there for each other. The
right,
pettiness and the arguing and all the stuff that really doesn't make any sense, it should not be happening.
you're right.
When you go to someone's event, you are there to represent your team and to show support. And when you start start fights and stuff at somebody's event where they have taken their time to plan this big event and you ruin their event, that doesn't sit well with me. So it's certain things that I don't attend. And sometimes it's a good thing that I didn't.
So tell me, because I know it, it's not a secret. It's been going on lately, petty fights and stuff like that. What is supposed to happen if one ruins another party? What is the
They're,
precautions that's supposed to be taken after that?
the president, they're supposed to be fined. They
Are
are
they
supposed,
fined by the person who, are they fined by the president of the club who was throwing the party?
whoever's event it is, if I'm not mistaken, if I can remember correctly, whoever's event you messed up, you have to pay a fine to them because you messed up their event. Now, as to what the fine is, I know it's over $100. Okay, but it's a fine because you messed up their event. So your president is supposed to handle you. and you're supposed there, but there is a fine imposed. Yes.
Okay. And if it happens in someone clubhouse, do you get fined by the club who owns the clubhouse? And do you get fined by the person that was throwing the party? Is that two fines or one?
Okay, let me get this correct. You're saying if somebody is throwing a trophy party in somebody else's clubhouse?
That's right, sis. Yep.
Um, you know something? Honestly and truthfully, I'm not sure. I
Okay.
think it is a double fine, though.
Okay.
I think it is
Okay.
a double fine, but I'm really not sure.
So the question that I just asked, it kind of falls into my next question, and you kind of already got into it. How do you handle jealousy within the circuit community? Like, how do you go about it?
How do I what?
How do you go about jealousy within the circuit community? For example, if have an issue with another club, nah, maybe they might not be jealous. Let me not say that thing, but maybe you and that other club is not clicking every time y'all in the same, circumference. How would you handle that?
Well, for me, I guess, um, I guess I carry myself differently. I would approach the president, okay, and I would speak to the president because I'm pretty much sure the whatever the pettiness is, it's not between the two presidents. It's between maybe members of the team.
Okay.
So once you find out who it's between, me myself personally, I would go to the president and I would be like, we need to talk. There's a member
Okay.
on your team and there's a member on my team. And they seem to have some type of difference. And I would prefer that we try and work out the difference than for it to be anything else. Because as I said, we are all supposed to be a family.
That's a fact. You're right. How I
We're
feel is
supposed
we
to
all
carry.
gotta go
We're supposed to
home.
carry each other. We're supposed to be a reflection of each other.
Right. 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 And at
So
the end of the day, we all mothers, or most of us, we're mothers, we're sisters, we're students. We have jobs that we have to go to within the week. When Monday comes, the last thing we should be doing on our time to do for the community or relax and enjoy each other's company is fighting.
yes,
That's the last thing we should be doing, honestly.
most definitely.
I had my share of situations. I'm not going to play innocent, but I always keep in mind, that I'm 34 and I am, progressing and I'm focused on growth. And also, and most importantly, I am a president.
Mm-hmm.
If you are a problem as a president, then your club is going to be a problem with you.
Yes.
It starts with the head. If the head ain't doing what it's supposed to be do, then the body gonna fall too.
Yep. That's
You
right.
know? So as a president, we definitely have to conduct ourselves very differently. And we also got to stand by our bylaws. We cannot expect our clubs to follow bylaws that we are not following. We
Mm-hmm.
cannot expect our club to follow rules that we are not following. So, I got a lot of people, they say to me, BG, you move different now. You change and stuff like that. I'm not a PRO no more. I'm not a PRO no more. I'm not a secretary no more. I'm president. And not only am I a president, but I'm a founder. So, real quick, I just, wanted to say that because I feel like it needed to be said. As presidents, we definitely have to move correctly.
Yes. Most definitely.
Definitely. So what do you think should be a unspoken rule in a club?
An unspoken rule.
Yes. Something that you ain't even gotta say. Like they should already know, like that's a
Oh,
rule.
the unspoken rule is that you are supposed to carry yourself with respect and dignity. You are a lady. you are a lady. That is the unspoken rule. When you walk out into the world, you are a lady first, and that is how you are to carry yourself. That is how you are to conduct yourself.
If someone wanted to find out more information about your club in order to prospect or to work with you ladies, what should they do?
They could contact me. My my phone number is on my pages, or I can give it to you.
It definitely is on your page. Do you mind just telling everybody your Instagram page real quick?
Here she go now, Prez.
You know,
Like
people
nobody
gonna
knows.
want to,
Like
after
nobody
this
remembers
interview,
that
people gonna be looking
daggone
for
name.
you, sis. They're gonna want to follow
Did
you,
we not go
and they're
through this
gonna want to know
before?
more about you, sis.
My name on Instagram is Prez Brooklyn Diva 23.
Prez Brooklyn Diva 23, everybody. That is her Instagram. If you want to know more, like she said, her number's on her page. And usually when you add somebody on Instagram, everything else comes up. I don't know why. Twitter, Facebook, everything else start popping up in people's phone and people you may know and stuff like that. So all right, so now I'm just going to give you a few Q&As that I ask all presidents and clubs when I interview them. So the first question is going to be, what advice will you give your members when dating someone in another club?
See, there you go. um, again, I say carry yourself as a lady. Okay. Always remember that you are a lady first, and whoever the person is, the gentleman is, if he's on another team, um, you have to remember that there are females on the team. Okay. So your jealousy may get the best of you, but at the end of the day, a relationship is built on trust.
Real talk.
Okay. So you have to trust in your relationship and trust in the person that you are dealing with. Now, me, myself personally, I do not believe that you will find a husband. If you're looking for a husband, I don't believe that you will find one in the circuit,
Talk your
but
shit.
that's just my opinion.
Right.
Okay, there are
Right.
people who have. I'm not going to say that there aren't people
There
who
are a
haven't.
few.
I
There are
have
a few.
I have some that they are, and they're beautiful couples. I've watched them get
Right.
married and everything.
Right.
Okay, so sometimes you can and sometimes you can't. But as for me, no.
Heard you. So what is the most memorable event you ever attended and why?
Oh, my most memorable event. Ooh, that would have to be when I first joined. It was my first year. It was within my first year. And my president, my lady was still alive. And Mike Champ was a member of, what is that team? Oh my goodness. It's an MC team. Oh man. Dirty Riders.
Dirty Riders. Shout out Dirty Riders. Shout
Mike
out
was a
Mike.
Dirty Rider, and Dirty Riders had their trophy party at
Okay.
um Amazora. I will never forget the day that very first time I entered Amazora
You
and
silly.
we had to, and Heartbreaker made it mandatory that we be there.
Okay.
And we got there, and we were online, and we got inside, and we finally got to the books to
Okay.
sign the books. And once we signed the books, I turned around and all you saw was a sea of people. You couldn't see the floor. You could see the stage.
Wait. This was a Dirty Riders
This
party?
was a Dirty Riders party. And all you saw was heads. All the way across to the stage. That's all you saw. And when I tell you, you could not move, you could not move. I was like, okay, I'm going to need y'all to just part just a little bit for me.
Yeah.
Because I was about to have a panic attack because it was just so many people and so overwhelming.
And
When
every
I
time
tell
you
you
walk, somebody was grabbing you to hug you, right?
when I tell you they packed Amazora wall to wall, wall to wall.
Yeah.
I really don't go to Amazora a lot because it's only one way in and one way out. And Dirty Riders kind of.
They have other exits.
Oh, I ain't never seen it.
Yeah.
Dirty Riders kind of ruined it for me because my thing
blocked
was,
the shit off. You could.
you know, you know how the heat makes the waves when it's real hot outside.
I probably was at that party you talking
Well,
about.
honey, that's how it was. That's how it was at that party. It was so many people in there. The heat, it was like waves. I was like, oh no, I gotta get out of here. Y'all gotta let me out. But it was a beautiful sight to see.
Definitely, because that means that it was a beautiful sight to see.
When I tell you they were supported by everybody, wall to wall. Wall to wall. There was no room. There was no room. You had to move this way and somebody else had to move that way and you had to move this way. And yeah, it was beautiful. That was my most memorable moment.
So DJ
I was
Styles
like,
is
and I don't think nobody's ever felt it like that ever again.
DJ Styles is saying hello to you, sis.
Who?
DJ Styles.
Hello, Pumpkin. How are you?
It's a few people that joined the live that was saying hello and speaking to us, but I couldn't break what she was telling me because it's all I need to take in all information for myself.
Well, please tell them I said hello. I love them and I miss them all.
They see you. Y'all heard her. She said hello. She love you and she miss you all. So a young lady said by the name Lady Low, she just joined. So what's up, Lady Low? Again, we are interviewing the Prez of Ladies in Charge SC, Brooklyn, New York. Her name is President Brooklyn Diva. So I just got 3 more questions for you. And it's a part of the Q&As that I always ask. And,
okay.
Name some of the places you and your club been as far as like out of town.
Well, before I joined, I believe Heartbreaker and them went to Myrtle Beach. I believe they went to I believe they went to Lake George, but I'm not sure. Okay. Now, as for me, my out of town experience has been Imperial Bikers Ocean City.
I knew you was gonna say Ocean City because Imperial Bikers love going to Ocean City. And you
yes,
said
from the time that they started it in 2009, I've gone to almost all of them.
I knew you was gonna say Ocean City.
Now, my whole thing is this: you can't say that you're in the circuit and you've never been to Myrtle Beach. So
don't do that to me. I ain't been to Myrtle Beach yet.
That's one of my bucket list things, to get to Myrtle Beach.
Oh shit.
Because I've never been.
I never been either.
Yeah, that's one of my bucket list things. And my second bucket list thing is to get to Black Tigers. Never been to that
I
either.
ain't never been to Black Tigers. Neither my club been to Black Tigers. My vice president at the time, shout out to Bubbles. She's in Georgia now. She been to Black Tigers, and my secretary Kimmy, she's been to Black Tigers, and my sergeant at arms Keys, she's been to Black Tigers. But me, I never been to Black Tigers, and I never been to Myrtle. And I said I was gonna go this year, but unfortunately,
Yeah,
COVID said no. You're gonna stay your ass in the house.
but I'm gonna get there. That's a promise to myself.
We gonna get there, sis.
I
That's
have to
right.
have the Myrtle Beach experience. You can't say you was in the circuit if you ain't never been to Myrtle
Ain't
Beach.
never been. I hear you. I'm gonna take my black ass out there too. So, what would you like to see more in the circuit community?
What would I like to see more?
In the circuit community.
Um, hmm. I guess I would like to see more of the togetherness from
That's
back
one
in
of
the
my
days.
hashtags. That's one of my hashtags for the Set Magazine CT, togetherness, because you're definitely right. We
More of the
definitely need to see more
togetherness.
togetherness. I agree with
Yeah.
that. I agree
More
with
of the
that.
togetherness from back in the days. You know, I would like to see that.
So Brown Eyes from Mysterious Divas, SC, Brooklyn, New York. She just joined us. So hello, Brown Eyes.
Hi, Brown Eyes.
We were just talking about what Prez Brooklyn Diva would like to see more of in the circuit community. And she says togetherness. Now, this is one thing I could say about Brown Eyes from Mysterious Divas. She's really big on that. She's really big on
Yes.
that. I
Yes, they
see her
are.
bringing a lot of people together. I see her bringing a lot of people together that really didn't weren't seen together before. So
Mm-hmm.
I shout you out, Brown Eyes, for doing that because right now I'm unable to be out as much as I want to be because I work a lot, but I
Yeah.
do watch a lot and I do see you doing that, Brown Eyes. She brings a lot of people together. So I agree with you, Prez, when you say that you want to see more togetherness because we do need to have more of that, especially if we're going to call ourselves social and if we're going to call ourselves being in a social club.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
Brown Eye said togetherness is the key. We're stronger together.
Yep. That's true. That's true.
So what does the set do for you and how is it a part of your life right now?
It gives me it's an outlet for me because I work 5 days a week. I also work at night. I work in the evening. I work from 4 to 12. And
That's my schedule.
yeah, so my schedule just changed to that because it used to be 5:30 to 1:30.
Okay.
So, it's an outlet for me on the weekend. You know, if somebody is having something and, or like a whatever. But like I said, most of the places the place that you will find me mostly is sitting at the bar at Imperials.
Okay, so Instagram is being a big hater right now. We actually got 59 seconds left. So I just want to thank you so much, Brooklyn Diva. It was definitely a blessing and an honor speaking with you today. Is there anything else you would like to say to the viewers real quick before Instagram decides to kick
It
us
was
off?
I just want to say it was my pleasure to actually do this interview. And I just miss you all. And I hope that everybody is well and safe. And when this all stops, we'll see each other again. I love you all.
I love you too, Brooklyn Diva. So real quick before they cut us off, don't y'all forget to follow our Instagram pages, The Set Magazine Latino, The Set Magazine CT, Cars, Trucks, and Social Clubs, The Set Magazine HD, and each of these states have their own pages. The Set Magazine New Jersey, DMV, NC, Texas, Georgia, and Florida. I love y'all.
Woo!